Super Idol de Charo, don't need to tend by each for the
LolcowLive. I dodged a bullet. I dodged a bullet with that one. Yeah, I dodged a bullet. It ain't the best, bro. It ain't the whole thing. It's just a fucking shit show, bro. So I was on there a couple times as like a little uh, I hopped in the Discord call, right? You know, because they pick random people to join sometimes. And I joined during the Queen's shit, right? They were trying to get the Queen's show running. Yeah, I was on that bitch. I really just wanted to work in the background and like make thumbnails and shit. Yeah, I wasn't really superly interested in being a host. I just, thumbnails, edit videos and clips maybe, but I didn't really want to be a host. Only got on there to let them know that I wanted to work in the background. But the niggas, oh my god, the way they did the fucking the little auditions and stuff was not the best. I couldn't even say what I wanted to say, really. They're like, okay, what's your name? Why do you want to be on LolcowLive? Okay, now yell at Tina right now. Fight Tina. that was so, yeah, that was basically it. I hopped on again during like, one of the times they would like pull people in for the Discord. He wanted me to like, I guess, like try out again, I guess, during for like another possible show to be a host on. I was like, I got work. I'm not sure if I can, because they wanted me to join Rewind to like see more of me. I got work, I'm not sure. I did have work. I had to work early as shit in the morning, and that shit went until 12 a.m. Or I joined at like 12 a.m. I think, right? Because I think the show actually started at like 11. Yeah, I joined at 12 a.m. after I played, like, because I was doing my own live stream and shit. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But, yeah, and I said my 2 cents about whatever the fuck happened. Right, nothing crazy, because I wasn't really pressed to be on the show. At that point, I'm just like, yeah. It's just, and from then on, like, the show just nosedived, like, completely crazy. So here's how, or why LolcowLive is just, oh my god. Like, it's just a shit fest. Like, I used to, oh my god, like, I used to watch it, like, constantly. It was somewhat mildly entertaining, right? I can have it on in the background and chill. I'd come home from work, and then I just have it in the background, I'd be listening, I'd be, like, drawing, or, like, doing some other work, or, like, making other videos and shit, right? That was cool and all, but, like, and the cancer arc shit was out, yeah, it was cool, whatever. Some of that is fake, right? And Boogie going, doing too much and shit, sure, why not? But it's better than what the hell we have right now. Ever since he wanted to do the Queen shit, and I was one of the motherfuckers peddling to have Tina, bro. I'm sorry, I know, I'm sorry, guys. I was one of the big motherfuckers trying to get Tina on the show because she was funny and shit, but it backfired. Yeah, I was one of the niggas in comments. I'm just like, have Tina on as like a fourth host for LolcowLive, right? Not a new Queens thing, which I thought, okay, that'd be cool. Too, but I just wanted it for LolcowLive, and this nigga's like, oh, what about I have 24 shows for all 24 hours of the day? Bro, ain't nobody got time for that shit, my dude, right? Look, I see what he's trying to do, but it's just, I was already against that. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, no, I don't think that's gonna work out, and it didn't work out for several reasons. But anyways, yeah, so he wanted 24 shows, right? And I'm talking about Keemstar, right? Because he's the main, he's running this shit. He started with Queens. Queens happened. There's a lot of people that got fired and shit. There's a lot of weird shit happening in the background. But like the main four girls that was supposed to be on there, it was really supposed to be like Tina on Local. We just wanted Tina on LolcowLive, but he wanted to make like a whole ass new show. I'm just like, okay, but them bitches, like, they got cut. They got cut. For various and weird reasons. Like, there's a racist that be fucking her daddy and shit. There's another girl who's being weird and like a fake, and like fucking she was also like she was, what, Keem get caught by flirting with her and shit, and Brantley don't care. That's his like fiance. I don't know. That was some weird shit. They got over it. I'm just like, okay. Whatever, bro. It's, oh my god, it's just so much fucking drama, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, I dodged the bullet. We'll talk about it in a second, why I dodged the bullet too. Like, thank god I dodged the bullet, and I'm not there, right? I mean, I don't mind working in the background. Like, I'd rather do that shit. I'd even do it now. Like, give me a check. I make those quick thumbnails. Like, right? Or maybe not now. I don't know. Because I just don't, It's just tiring being in that universe. It's just a fucking clusterfuck. Anyways, it's just so much shit to talk about. I'll probably have to do like a part 2, or just like, we're just gonna talk about it throughout different videos I make or something. But yeah, so Queens, right? And then that happened. It was just Tina and Becky, and then like the kid behind the camera. They were trying to find a third host for like a while, and they just kind of gave up eventually because like everybody's so boring and shit. They're not boring. They're just normal. They're just normal, and they're not like yelling all the time, right? And like it was just a whole bunch of like OnlyFans girls and shit trying to get on there and stuff. There was some, entertaining, OnlyFans people, low key, but they just didn't click, or they didn't want them on, yada yada. So I mean that happened. And just Queens is just basically now just. Well, I don't even know what the fuck happened. I think they made a new show and they just stopped making. Yeah, I think Becky got fired and another person got fired, Roxy. And yeah, I mean that's his main issue. He's just like firing people. There's a lot of other issues, but like that's another issue. That's partially also on their faults too in certain aspects, but we'll get into that shit maybe in another video. But I'm just going over like the basic general idea of why LolcowLive is just like a shitfest now. But yeah, so when Michael came, shit hit the fan very quickly. Things started to become fake, very very fake, very very quickly, unentertaining. Queens was literally just people e-begging, right? They did it a little bit in live, like LolcowLive. Like, okay, guys, can we get to this donor number? Yeah, sure. But it'd just be dudes talking, like going over a couple of current events and shit. It was more entertaining in Queens, where it's literally just them sitting there and talking about it's either donating or like it was fucking talking about AGP. Oh, I miss AG. Oh, I remember AGP. I love AGP too. He was like the main motherfucker I watched, like the first YouTuber person that I paid attention to and watched when I was younger. Yeah, but you gotta. It's LolCow Queens, bro. It's not LolCow. Let's remember AGP Fest. Just talking about Grandpa and all that shit, bro. Like, we get it, bro. We get it. Like, I get it. I miss him too, but we gotta move on, right? But it was just that, and then donos, and then like just stupid, like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm gonna write this on my face if we get 20 donos. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm gonna fucking hit my head with a fucking raw egg for like 50 donos, or if we get a pay pig, it's just shit like that. And they just kept talking about it, and they talk about other shows too, and that's the problem with the other shows. They talk about the other shows, they just keep talking about the drama, but not actual content of what the show's supposed to be. Because essentially right after Queens they made Rewind, and Rewind is basically all the other shows. They just talk about each other. They don't do anything meaningful. It got a little better, like Nerds is actually about nerd shit, but I just don't watch them. Like, it's too late, bro. It's too late. They just fucking, they lost most of the people after Fat Camp, and that's a whole other issue. But yeah, so there we go. Rewind. We'll just talk about Rewind now. Rewind happened because they wanted a rewind with like all the shows, and like some people can't watch certain shows, watch certain live streams. They miss it. They go to Rewind to have like they play clips of other shows and shit. They got that show pretty quickly when it was only like 2 shows that existed, they didn't need to add Rewind that quickly. They could have waited after a couple more shows, but yeah, they did that. And and what I talk about, the issue is every other show is fucking Rewind. It's just fucking Rewind, but I digress, okay? So yeah, that's what happened. And then Rewind started becoming shitty, but I haven't really stayed on LolCow universe to superly notice it, right? I was gone after Fat Camp, right? Fat Camp was my final straw, bro. My final straw of watching. And I think my subscription ended like a month ago or some shit. I think in June, right? Because I kept coming back with some hope, trying to see, but I'm just like, and because if you're subbed, you get into Discord, right? In Discord chat, and then they did some big Discord wipe update thing. And so basically, if you're in a you gotta join back, or now you had to like text somebody, hey, can I get into the Discord? Like I was wiped, whatever the fuck. I'm not doing all that. I'm not even watching the show really anymore. So I'm just gonna let that shit expire. I'm not gonna renew my membership or anything. This is a waste of money because I'm just not watching it. It's not entertaining anymore. But back to where I was with the shows, and so you got Rewind. That happened. That was a thing. Right, I'm trying to do this in order. I'm trying to do this in order of events. And so you just had really like live Queens and Rewind for a little bit, for a good second, and you could tell like it just immediately the content was going downhill a little bit. They're starting to get lazy and stuff with content and just asking for donos every stream, yada yada. And then, we can just say, like, over time, they started adding another show one by one pretty quickly. And the issue with adding the shows, I already talked about, 24 hours. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. Which is, that's the point of Rewind. But Rewind is also, like, not the best either. I guess it's not the best. Especially, right, when all the other shows' content, it's just regurgitated fucking bullshit. So who'd want to have that on a Rewind, right? In Aussie, it's just getting a budget. Like, what's the point of Aussie? It's supposed to be actual Australians, but at first, I don't even know who's on it right now, but they weren't even Australian. They weren't even Australian. What content are they doing that's like different from LolcowLive and shit? What makes them unique? Nothing really. Yeah. And what's the difference with Milkers and Queens? Nothing really. It was really nothing really. I mean, it's just another group of females. It's supposed to be like older females, but I mean, again, like nothing, crazy, right? Because a lot of their personalities and stuff are just saying, yeah, donos and shit, but also just being loud and it's just boring, bro. It's just boring. The only shows where it's like actual different shit was Tech Talk before, it stopped existing. Like, they got rid of Tech Talk. I think they had the developer of, or one of the creators of God of War on that bitch, like one of the OGs, on Local Tech Talk. Keem didn't like it. Yeah. And then Madhouse became Local Madhouse. They talk about random shit. That was pretty... I didn't watch it, but it seemed more interesting than other shows, and Keem got rid of them, too. Why did he get rid of them? Well, because they didn't get views and shit, and that's the main thing with the shows, and he'd be firing people. It's like, they're not getting views. Well, why aren't these shows getting views, okay? For one, we already talked about donos. Them regurgitating the same shit, right? Them being boring and not doing anything entertaining except for, I'm gonna shave my hair off or some bullshit. We're tired of that, bro. We're tired. It's just not, no. It's not entertaining, at least anymore. And a lot of shit being fake, number 4. A lot of this shit being fake. Jesus, bro. It's just, everything is just fake now. Like, okay, sure, it can be fake, but it should be entertaining. It's not entertaining. It's not fun to watch anymore. That's why I stopped watching. That's why everybody stopped watching. And so, that's why the views are low. Right? Because they don't know what to do. Like, they don't really... I don't know how Local Dolls is like. I mean, I'm just going to see how it's like, but I'm not really going to stay, like, watching it constantly. It's just a waste of my time. All these lives, right? Like, he said he wants to put, entertaining, nobodies on the map, right? Nobodies being, like, people that are, not big already, right? That's also another reason why, they're not getting views, because... we don't know them niggas. We don't know them niggas, right? We don't know who they are. A lot of them are just like, they're not in the entertaining space, and they're not like, used to making entertaining shit. So, they might be entertaining for 1 or 2 episodes, and after that, they just, they just fizzle out. They just stop. They just, they're just not entertaining. They're not used to it. So that's another thing. Right? And I get it, trying to have like small creators or like just pretty much people who haven't done this before who want to get big, right? That's cool and all, but that's just the main downfall, right? Because it's just a whole other bunch of issues, and then the other issue of where, right, they're nobodies. There's a lot of nobodies who are entertaining, but we don't see them because we don't know them. We don't, they're nobodies, right? They're nobodies. They don't have a following. It's not because they're terrible or bad at like being fun or stuff. It's just, you know, they're new and they're starting out and they're not used to the climate. So when you've got people that are not used to the climate get put up immediately after, like, you know, an audition or a couple auditions or whatever you want to call it, auditions, well, that's what you get. That's what you get. The views are gonna, you know, they'll check out the first couple of shows, and then after that, it just goes down because, again, regurgitated bullshit. They just talk about the other shows. They're not entertaining. They don't do anything else, right? That's it. They don't do anything else. They don't do what the name of their show is. Like, well, Aussie is just, it's just nobody. Like, so you can't really, and he blames the people for not getting, no, it's because of you. It's because of you, right? He blames the people for not getting views and shit after like a month or so of, you know, being on air. And then he just fires them, right? That happened a lot in all the other shows, like Tech Talk. That's why it doesn't exist anymore. And he keeps moving people around because they're just like, they're not fitting, or it's not getting a lot of views. Like, you know, yeah, okay, they're not entertaining. You know, people say, oh, they're not entertaining, but also it's just like, it's just there's nobody knows them. They're not going viral for anything, right? And that's not really superly their fault. Like, it takes a while to go viral and shit, right? Because you're trying to get that one big moment so like people know who you are and start tuning in and stuff. You know, sometimes the views the views just don't translate, and it's not really at their fault, you know, even though that's just how it is. And then with the main show, right, because they want the people from the main show to watch all the other shows. Why would people do that for people they barely even know? Most people are literally here for just Keen Boogie and used to be Wings, but Wings is gone, so like his base is gone. A lot of people are also gone. They're struggling to get like sometimes it goes up to like 5K viewers, but they kind of maxed out like between 5K to 7K viewers, but then now it's just down to like they're struggling to even get 3K a lot of times now. Like, it's gone down because of the decisions he made, and they're just like shitty decisions, you know. Like, I like the concept of having, like, you know, a bunch of shows like, oh my gosh, wow, look how nerds, look how all this other shit. They don't know who they are. You gotta build off of LolcowLive. Like, if LolcowLive is only getting like 5K viewers on average, then expect to have less than that on the other shows, you know? Expect to have less than that. That's pretty normal, especially when it's not like another big YouTuber on there or somebody, you know, influencer that's known. But he just fires them, and he just fires them, essentially. Also, the shows run every day. They run every day. They go live every day. They kind of take off on the weekends now, kind of ish. You know, a lot of them. You know, it's because they have like more than one host on like pretty much I think all the shows, right? And so if one motherfucker wants to go live, the other person probably gets pressured to go live too on that weekend day. Some of them, they be going live during the weekend too, but like, I'm just gonna talk about LolcowLive in general. Like, even a little bit before, right? Like, they started doing all the shows and stuff. They would just go live like almost every day. It wasn't like that before. Like, it used to be like twice a week or something, or 3 times a week, right? That was good for me. That's what I need. That's what I need, because every goddamn day it's just too much, right? You got to catch up on the drama, the news, or whatever the hell is going on. But that was just too much. It being every day, 24/7, like, no. He tried to do 24. No, bro, no. So that's another reason why I dropped it, because like, they just started doing it every day, and I didn't have time to, you know, watch it every goddamn day. I don't watch streamers maybe Asma, maybe Hassan, right? That shit just in the background, they be yapping and shit. I really just watch their VODs most of the time. Or Your Rage or RDC World. Yeah, it's just, I mainly be watching the VODs and shit. I catch their live streams, but like, I don't watch every goddamn day. No, niggas, we got lives, bro. We got lives. What he should have done is just a show on this day, or maybe a few shows on this day, a few shows on that day. I think he kind of did that, but he just stopped. I don't know. But it's just every goddamn night, it's too much. So a lot of people were already falling off with the show because of that. It was just too much content, if you want to call it content. But it was just it was just too much, so they got fucking tired of it. Like right after the Queen shit, especially because he's trying to get as much money as possible, right? It's becoming just, oh my gosh, it's a big money scheme, bro. It's a big money scheme. They literally just care about the money. They don't really care about the viewers, bro. They don't care about the viewers. They get mad when motherfuckers aren't donating and shit, which is it's kind of funny. They're like, guys, why did only 2 people donate this stream? There's only 2 niggas watching. That's why. No, yeah, and they get mad at the viewers sometimes. Just like, running, like, people don't have to donate, right? Content just, or whatever you want to fucking call it. The content, you say content, right? It's not good. It's not good, you know? But yeah, it was just too much. Right, because I watch VODs of YouTubers and or streamers, right? I watch their VODs for the content, right? For gameplay videos and what they got to say on topics and shit, right? I don't watch VODs of people begging for donations and talking about, oh, I remember when AGP did this or that, or like, you know, yeah, and just like, yeah, I don't watch for that, bro. Like, I don't care. And it really went downhill. I guess we can just go skip the fat camp that was back in March, but like even like a month before, or like in January or December, it was being, it was being hyped up for a little while, being, this is gonna be the best thing ever. This is gonna go so viral. It went viral for wrong reasons for one specific incident, but anyways, it was so viral. It's gonna be so amazing, guys. It wasn't the best, and I was just watching. I'm just like, oh my gosh, why did he make it this way? Like, please let me be your creative writer, bro. Like, they could have done so much fucking shit, bro. Like, you didn't even have to be like an amazing, you know, person to come up with like all these grand ideas, like a professional producer or some shit. You could be, any motherfucker could come up with shit to do at fat camp. But like, yeah, they're there to lose weight and shit, right? And they were getting mad because they're like, oh, but the fat camp is for people losing weight, and that's what we're doing in the video or in the live streams, and losing weight and shit. Yeah, but if they're just doing that, then, well, why record it? Why stream it then if it's just gonna be that and nothing entertaining, right? I mean, it was entertaining watching them lose weight, right? Because we want them fat ass niggas to get on the treadmill and shit, right? But it was just, they were hyping it up to be something bigger than that, right? Like a big ass live stream, 24/7 type shit. And it wasn't that. It was literally, you know, they weren't even live 24/7 the entire time. And I guess I'll separate this in a separate video, right? But they weren't even live 24/7. And it could have been so much better. I don't know what the fuck Keith is thinking. Like, it is just so sad, man. It really is. Because that was the breaking point for a lot of people, fat camp, right? But I'll probably get more into that into a different video. But essentially, after that, it was a shit show, and then boom, Wings got fired because he pushed his wife to the ground, and yeah, that was, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I mean, it was going downhill completely. Fat camp was supposed to be the thing that would make LolcowLive great again, you know, type shit, but it just, yeah, wasn't great. And so a lot of people, that's when a lot of people like pretty much fell off with watching, including me. Yeah, I stopped watching basically there. I would maybe catch a streamer or two for like maybe like 20 minutes or 10 minutes or so, but then I just like stopped because it was just the same shit over and over again. It was boring. Why would I watch them? I can watch somebody else like actually doing shit on live. Watch Your Rage or fucking you know, Senna or some shit, right? Just motherfuckers actually doing shit, being entertaining. So yeah, that's why I'll probably make separate videos for other things too if I can remember them off the top of my head. But I was just yapping. I was just, you know, just going through it. No, I had no script made or like words written down. That's how I do a lot of things. But yeah, that's it. That's how I feel about LolcowLive. That's why I ended my subscription. That's why I left the Discord. I didn't even leave. They just, you know, they did that little white thing. So yeah. But that's that. What do you think about LolcowLive right now and Keemstar and Boogie and the Wing situation? Because it's just a shit show now. I mean, currently, from what I've been seeing in clips and stuff, it still pops on my recommended, unfortunately. But it's really just every live stream is just Keem complaining about how bad the show is. Like, yeah, we know it's bad, so do something about it, right? Third host Rastov and shit like that. It's just a bunch of. We'll probably go into that later, another time, in other videos. But I just wanted to go into my reason of why I just stopped watching consistently, or basically completely. Yeah, completely, bro. Just like everybody else, and now they're averaging like 3 to 4K viewers, probably less than that. I mean, I don't really watch like that, but from those little live streams I've been in, it's just been, yeah, the viewership kind of cut in half from what it used to be. I don't blame them, right? I don't blame them. So, that's it. What do you think? Is this hate for LolcowLive? I guess. I mean, I'm just saying my opinion, right? This is what I think. That's why I fucking ended my subscription. I was only subbed to be in the Discord, too. Like, I never really, like, I never donated, right? The only thing I did was sub, so I can be in the Discord, right, and just, you know, be a part of the community. But like, I don't even give a shit about that. I don't, you know, because everybody in the Discord now, it's just new people. It's just a bunch of new people from, you know, every month, right, that I was in there, it would be a new set of people in there. Like, everybody else just fucking left. So, yeah, that's it's looking a little rough right now. But yeah, we'll go into fat camp next time. So.
Shot at a black man and took his shoes. Customized my AR like it Black Ops 2. Just scammed a white kid out of some Gorilla Glue. I don't wanna fuck this bitch, she smell like poo-poo.